Of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network here on High School Game Day, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And for many weeks here, we've been talking to the Republic Tiger head football coach, Ryan Cornelsen, and they get it done again on Saturday against Webb City. Coach Cornelsen, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been exciting, and our kids, have really worked hard to get to this point. It's just, we're very blessed to have this opportunity.
Yeah, just a very resilient group. Just able to get it done at the right time of the season. You get the Helias win, a very good Helias team, who you have one mutual opponent. We'll talk about that later on. But then you go and get it done against Webb City. Tell us about that outcome, 21-20, a tremendous game.
Yeah, it was a really good game. It came down to the final drive. And our inside linebacker enough. They missed a field goal, and they were chasing that point, and ended up getting a stop at the end and holding them out and win by one.
Talk about that last drive. Folks think with the interception, but the interception wasn't the last play of the game. You still had to run the clock out. So tell us about that last couple of minutes.
Yeah, you get excited. Your kids are ready to celebrate, and and you're trying to make sure they realize we still got to move the chains. We there's still time on the clock. We don't want to punt and give them a chance to return one and do it again. So, yeah, that last drive was big for our offense just to move the chains and we ran what we've been running all game. We just obviously did it with some momentum and was able to get the first downs that we needed to to advance, and we broke one loose, and Wyatt did a nice job of just going down and allowing us to run the clock and win the game.
Coach, at this point of the season, you've got one more game left either way. Uh, what are some things you feel like you're really doing right now as you go back maybe to week 2 or 3? Where have your kids maybe progressed the most, whether it be offensively, defensively, or maybe just gotten healthy?
Yeah, I mean we're fairly healthy, but we lost some early, but so here lately we've done a pretty good job. I mean, other than just being regular banged up of being on week 15, I think we're fairly healthy. I think from an offensive standpoint, we kind of molded our what we were doing more towards our talent level or our using a lot of stuff we were using a year ago, and it wasn't as good for us this year. And so we really kind of evolved and to a heavy run, more heavy than what we typically are, if you can believe that. And to do plays and through the air and some of that stuff. And when you go to this heavy, you just got to have kids that are willing to do what it takes to win and be unselfish. And I think that's probably one of our biggest strengths offensively is nobody cares who gets credit. We're not flashy. It's not an exciting offense. It's just effective. And so we've been able to really sustain those drives and take those 3.5, 4 yards a pop, which early in the year we weren't as good at, just establishing that and sticking with it. And then defensively, we've done a better job tackling. We did miss some early against Webb City, but I feel like we've done a better job of that in the latter part of the season of just wrapping up and making sure we got guys on the ground. And our defensive line does a nice job of making sure they create a little bit of havoc in the middle and make people try to bounce stuff outside where our linebackers can make plays.
And coaches, you went on a little bit of a postseason run again last year. How important is that to get those extra 3-4 weeks in of practice as you prepare for the following year? Every time I talked to Coach Roderick, of course they made a lot of runs, and he said, "Hey, we're getting an extra half a season worth of practice in for our younger kids that are coming back," and he said that's invaluable as you go forward. Have you found that maybe to be the case after making a little bit of a postseason run a year ago?
Yeah, I think so. I think you hope moving forward we'll see next year what that brings. But obviously you are getting a lot more practice. Even if it's scout team, at least they're playing the game of football and trying to be better football players. And so there's no doubt having a postseason run allows your younger guys to improve, and we try to do that. Every practice we have.
Now going into preparation here for Cardinal Ritter, maybe one of the more storied seasons with the number of athletes that they're able to put on the field. What's the preparation been like? For Cardinal Ritter, and you got a little bit in your back pocket there with your common opponent being Jeff City Helias. What did you take out of maybe that game film don't tell me what you did. Just tell me, were you able to take anything out of that game film that may help you?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've been a head coach for 21 years, and I've never seen anything. I've never seen a team with that many Division One, 4 or 5 star guys on the same team. I mean, they have them everywhere. I mean, you look at any position, they have a Division One player there. I think we counted like 16 of their starters have major Division One offers, and so that's an impressive team. They're obviously extremely talented, extremely fast. For us now, it's time to go figure out a way to try to beat them. I mean, you're not gonna out athlete them and try to stay out of what the game they want to play is fast and big plays, and you try to stay out of that game because they're pretty good at that. Watching the highest game, I know the score looks close, but I think they were up 30-7 at half. And Helias did a good job coming back and trying to get back in the game and made it close, but early it was anything but close. So, we run such different styles of offense and defense. We try to evaluate through that because we've played them, so we know who who Helias Goods players were, and you kind of get a little idea of how good the opponent is when you've seen it. But that's really all you can take from that from our standpoint.
And the other part of this preparation, and I know you've been in a handful as a coach, a handful of these state championship games when you're in Kansas, and I'm not sure if you played maybe half of them at K-State and half of them at KU, something like that. But the atmosphere, this is a Republic team that in their history's never played in this game. How are you preparing the kids for that atmosphere?
That's tough. Now I will say we've hosted 2 Saturday home games, and man, our community, what a turnout! I mean, it was standing room only. I got to the field about 8 o'clock. We play at 1, and the parking lot tailgate was already on. So I don't know that the environment of a major college, that's going to be different, but we've played in 2 really big games with lots of people there and a lot of excitement. So that part of it, I feel like we've been there these last 2 weeks, but obviously we're going to go into a major stadium, and it's I'm excited for the kids. I'm excited to see their eyes. Obviously they're going to be nervous and excited and all that, but that's part of the fun, I think.
Have you ever been to Faroe?
I have not.
Okay, well, I was watching that on film. You mentioned that crowd. I thought I saw Wyatt a couple times trying to quiet the crowd down.
He really did. It was that loud. There was times when we jumped off sides ourselves twice, and they just flat couldn't hear the snap count. It was during an exciting part of the game, and I mean it was that loud that our tight end couldn't hear the count, and we've never had that problem. And so that final drive, he was trying to quiet him down just to make sure we didn't. A penalty was probably the one thing that could have been a major issue, and so he wanted to make sure everybody heard the snap count, and what a great! I mean, how exciting is that for kids to get a play where they have to quiet the crowd, and that was like they're on TV. So it was a lot of fun these last couple of weeks, and looking forward to another opportunity this Friday.
Yeah, and again, and we've got basketball coach Tim Brown coming on here as well later on in the show to talk about moving their their tournament basketball or basketball tournament around the state championship, because there wouldn't be anybody at the basketball tournament, and it gives all the fans and the players, basketball players, an opportunity to go up and root on Republic. So kudos to your administration and Coach Brown for that as well. But Coach, what's the plans like on Friday? What time do you guys leave out? It's a 7 p.m. kick. Are you going up Friday or are you going up Thursday?
We'll go up Friday. We got the fun stuff on Thursday. We'll have a pep assembly at the high school, and then we're gonna do a bus tour through the elementaries and middle schools, and then we'll have our pregame practice, and then we'll have a send off and leave about 9:00. We'll stop in Jeff City and eat and do a walkthrough, and then head up. I think our arrival shows on the time that we should be at the stadium about 4:00. So it's kind of a hectic schedule. There's a lot more to it than a regular game with pictures and all kinds of stuff. But so we'll not being there before. We'll try to figure that out as we go. But you try to enjoy the moment and make sure you're ready to play a game.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, as always, I've greatly appreciated you being generous with your time the entire season. You've been faithful to the quarterback club at Bambinos, and I just want to say thank you for a great season. From my standpoint, just being a fan, I've really enjoyed watching your teams over the past 3 years, and I really enjoy getting to know you throughout the quarterback club and these interviews that we have the opportunity to do.
Well, I sure appreciate you having me on, and hopefully we can continue to win next years and be back on here. So
outstanding. Coach Ryan Cornelsen, Republic Tigers head football coach here on the Missouri Sports Network on High School Game Day. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.